Beyond the Nozzle, igniting engagement.
Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Nozzle. I'm here with Ian Horowitz, one of the founders for the energy drink. Ian, how you doing? Thanks for doing this.
Good, man. I'm excited to be on. I know it almost didn't happen, so I'm glad that we get to hop on here and do our thing.
Yeah, just want to jump in real quick. You were one of the Baltimore City firefighters that retired. Is that correct?
That is right. I was a fireman for the city of Baltimore. If you ever watch The Wire, it's the best way to know it. That's where I worked. I'm sure you have a lot of firefighters who follow this podcast. You guys probably see the Jobtown, the BCFD 8x10 page. We were the company right next door, West Side War Wagons, Engine 13, Truck 16. I spent a lot of time there. I also worked at Fort Hollins, Engine 14. I worked at the Minnesota Manor over at Engine 27, and I left the fire department as a lieutenant from Engine 58 in Cherry Hill. So I was able to do 15 years. Luckily for us, we had an opportunity that we were able to exit the fire department, which, I know you probably have a lot of firefighters that listen to this podcast and they're probably like, dude, you had the best job in the world. And we did have the best job in the world, but there was just a lot of drama that surrounded it. And we can get into that story here in a little bit, but either way, it was the best place to work, best guys to work with, went to a ton of fires. It was an amazing place to work, to truly get to exercise and become a master of the craft of firefighting.
Now, how does one go from firefighter to formulating an energy drink?
We took the long road, man. I didn't mean to cut you off there, but I got to chuckle because it wasn't a direct straight line by any means. My business partner got hired in 2007. I got hired in 2008. We immediately got furloughed, healthcare issues, pensions going bankrupt, and everything else. And long story short, we started buying real estate, did really, really well with real estate, and we were able to leave the fire department. But during that time, something fun that happened for us, and many of you probably know this, I'm the guy who started yelling, "Go get 'em, brothers," at fire trucks all over the internet. So if you guys know the page Brotherhood Buffs, you're the guys yelling, "Go get 'em, brothers," all around the world. That is us. We started it. It started out of a text group amongst us. And ultimately what I'm getting to is we left the fire department. We hired an intern. He's like, "Hey, you should, long story short, we were talking about that page. I would send him out to buy energy drinks every day." And he's like, "Hey, you got all these firemen, they love caffeine. Like, why don't you just make your own energy drink?" And I said, "Well, you're just an idiot." And here we are, almost a year later, grinding away, deep in on a mission to supporting first responders. And really that's how it came about, was our intern suggesting it to us and us having the ability to say, "Hey man, let's execute that, let's execute on that business model and try to go do it." And we found a formulator. We were able to go out and build the energy drink. It did start as another name, but we are now the energy drink, and we are out on a mission. So
now I like to, excuse me, I like to bring up the website just to show it, just to talk about it.
Yeah. It's constantly going through changes right now, everyone. So
yeah,
probably looks a little different, and we are continuing to optimize. So
I noticed the video background. It went from like working out. It went to, I saw the firefighter, first responder, and today, I like that. That's a really nice image. You got the energy drinks lined up. That's like the first time I saw it today. So I like it.
I'm gonna need that clip so I can send it to our new CMO, so she can hear that, because that was one of her first changes and suggestions. So we're working on some other fun stuff. But yeah, there's the energy drink, and guys, you can see it right at the top. It says supports first responders, and that's something that's like very near and dear to our heart. We spent a lot of time working. We started as volunteers. We've been on both sides of the house. We had a friend of ours who fell off his roof and got paralyzed, couldn't return to work. And more or less, quote unquote, left for dead, right? And we had to raise money for him to help. And we did that through, our foundation. We've also helped volunteer firehouses. So building the energy drink, not only is it a premium quality product, but more importantly, we have like a very important mission that we're looking to go out and support. And that's what's near and dear to our hearts,
Some of the essentials, I know that you're very, very active. You were very active in getting it formulated. Some of the things that we talk about quite a bit is the blueberry extract, the L-theanine, the CoQ10. CoQ10. Yeah, CoQ10.
Yes, CoQ10 is a short abbreviation.
Yep.
Yeah,
CoQ10. Yeah, I'll get it right eventually. And L-citrulline. Now, can you kind of describe briefly or real quickly the thought process of going into those ingredients and why you chose those and not to have taurine, not to have the sugars and all that?
So an important thing to note is like, I'm not some genius formulator. I'm not a formulator at all. The gentleman who we had formulate the drink has worked for Celsius, Pepsi, Tropicana. He had a gigantic company of his own. He's worked for all the major brands. He worked for Celsius in the early days. So when we went to him, we said, hey, we want to build an energy drink that actually gives you energy. Let me describe what my 24-hour shifts at work used to look like, working on a medic unit, going to 7 fires throughout a 24-hour shift. I want to be able to feel locked in, have mental clarity when I go and hang out with my family, or I go build my real estate business the day after work. So the ingredients that we use, one of them, the L-theanine. Why is that important? Theanine, when it's properly matched to caffeine, it basically takes away the highs and lows in caffeine. So you won't get any crash, you won't get any jitters. Now, the blueberry extract and the CoQ10 was suggested by James, our formulator, and he's since come on with the company. He is so passionate about our mission. But anyway, with that being said, the CoQ10 and the blueberry extracts, how we build the mental clarity. It allows you to feel focused and more or less alive. I've had some people be like, man, I feel like I'm on Adderall. And this is like, I'm not trying to compare us to drugs, but literally people have said, I feel so energized and locked in mentally that it's like, I love the drink. I'm like, okay, cool. And then the L-citrulline is another ingredient that vasodilates. I know there's probably enough first responders on here. They'll know what I'm talking about, but vasodilates, or it opens up your arteries, allows to increase blood flow. Why is that important? The increased blood flow and the vasodilation then allows the rest of the ingredients to properly absorb through the bloodstream or the muscle tissue to get in ultimately into your body to give you that effective energy. Now some other notable, go ahead.
Sorry, no, go ahead. I apologize.
Yeah, the only other thing is there's some notables is, we also use electrolytes and vitamins and minerals and amino acids, one of them being the natural B12, not the synthetic B12 that you'll find in a Celsius, a Monster, a lot of your other energy drinks. So
that's a lot of thought. That's a lot of information to get out. Now, being formulated new, right? How did you plan on getting the word out? Like, going from a local small, business, would you say social media played any part of getting the word out there for your product?
Yeah, that was my biggest fear when we built this product, spending money, just so you guys know, when we buy product, we're buying it in quantities of spending 6 figures at a time. There's a massive financial risk. And one of my biggest fears was, you go buy a couple $100,000 of product and it just sits in the warehouse and dies. And then what? And I said, well, I guess I'll be drinking energy drinks for the rest of my life. Right. And that was a fear of mine. Luckily for us, we had that page Brotherhood Buffs, which we average 5 to 20 million views a month when it's firing really, really well. So we're like, well, we have a distribution route, right? Like, why did Monster become so popular? The guy had a distribution route into stores. Well, we have a distribution route into people's homes, into their daily life through social media, through Brotherhood Buffs, through other opportunities, say, building out the web page, getting affiliates, doing TikTok lives, having all the different shops available. Social media really it gives you a platform that your voice can be heard all across this country, really all across this world, and everybody can do it. Guys, transparently, I screwed up. I totally forgot about this podcast. We were supposed to do it about 45 minutes ago. And I said, oh, crap, I'm not in my studio. I'm not in my office. I'm on my phone literally right now recording a podcast that will then turn around and get clipped up, pushed out all across the internet. And that's going to live on socials. It's evergreen content forever. We will live out there. And I think social media is one of the most important things that you can do to grow a brand. And your brand could be a local volunteer firehouse. I mean, I'm the president of the local volunteer firehouse, and we rely on social media to recruit members and donors into our organization all the time. So that's a really long answer to say, yes, it's important.
No, it's a great answer because, I mean, you know what we do as Social FD? We're a nonprofit that helps volunteer fire departments with web pages. We build them, help them build them. We do it for free. We have social media posting tools. And the reason why I like to ask that question is because there's some fire departments, some folks in the fire service that are really uneasy to post online. You know what I mean? And to hear a growing brand, someone that is in the fire service, comes from the fire service, is all about the first respond. I mean, seriously, I have this right here, and the green screen's probably going to mess it all up, but that's okay. If you look, like he said, on the very top of that, it says supports first responders, social media, build websites, and you are a brand that has built from being a firefighter yourself. You're building a brand, you're using social media to get the word out, and that correlates right back to the fire department, to, like you said, recruitment, community involvement, being able to get fire safety information out there is very important. What made you decide to use TikTok?
TikTok, I really got to give credit to D1 Dave, honestly, because D1 Dave is the one. I'm at the age where I'm just like, yeah, I'm not learning another thing. There's TikTok, there's Twitch, there's all these other things. And I'm like, I'll tell you how old I am. I'm still like a Facebook meta guy, maybe with like a little bit of TikTok. But TikTok's really cool. It really gives you a lot of opportunity to purchase and do a lot of different things that allow you to grow your brand. It gives you a ton of social spread. You can sell items on there. It's very easy to grow. I mean, guys, go check out King of Buffs. That's my personal page. And literally, I was able to build that and post, and I grew 1,000 followers in less than 30 days. And I can now sell items. I can rep other people's items. So someone who's looking to generate revenue or make income, it's really easy to do. And, you know, guys, you'll see Social FD is an affiliate of ours. And you guys can go on there, and now you can raise money for your nonprofit. It's a very easy thing to do. And I think TikTok, take the politics out of it. I get it. I'm deep in the conspiracy game. I believe everything that they tell us. But with that being said, it's a necessary evil that I think everybody should be utilizing.
Absolutely agree. And that's one of the things that I've done to try to build what I'm doing to raise funding. I find the fire service related business. I find if they have an affiliate partner program, we talk. You know, I don't want anybody uncomfortable for what I'm doing, and everything that we do, it goes right back. Everything I do goes right to our nonprofit, and you guys have been absolutely amazing. All the way from the website to TikTok, absolutely amazing. Now, I don't know if you watched the episode that I had D1 Dave on, and I told him I wanted him to get in trouble to answer a question. Do you know anything about that?
I do remember you asking this. I do remember watching it. I remember him clamming up, but I'm not going to lie. My brain is full. We are on a heater. I do, because it was funny because you're like, I want you to get in trouble. And I saw him laughing, and I was like, I cannot remember for the life of me. Was it a flavor?
Yeah. Was
it a flavor question? Yeah. Yep. Okay. All right. I see. I watched it.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I said that is because he's like, well, I don't know. I don't know if I want to say it. I'm like, hey, don't worry about it. You don't have to. I'm not going to pressure you. He goes, no, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm like, yeah, it's okay until Ian watches it. You know what I mean? You know,
that's
so
right.
I just thought it was funny. I wanted to tie the two together. Is there plans for a new flavor? Is that something?
Yeah, 100%. We're working on some new flavors as we speak. Really, it comes down to product line and slotting and everything else as we push out into stores. We really want to have a refined package. Just to be transparent with everybody, we're working on some grape flavors. We're working on strawberry. We're working on peach. And we are working on an iced tea line. However, the iced tea line, a non-carbonated drink, is going to take some time to put together because we don't use any preservatives inside of our cans. We use tunnel pasteurization to stabilize it, and unfortunately, one of the reasons we can do that is because of carbonation in the drink, whereas iced tea wouldn't have any carbonation. But and we have to find a way to properly stabilize that without using chemicals. So that's been a little bit of a difficult process. But with that being said, yes, peach, grape, strawberry, a couple other ideas have been tossed out there. We listen to everybody's feedback. So please feel free to comment on this or jump on our socials and comment, shoot us a DM. We're always listening because in the end, if we don't sell, we're not raising money. And if we're not raising money, we're not giving back. And I don't want anyone to lose focus. Listen, I'll be transparent. We're going to make a few dollars along the way, and that's okay. But in the end, we can also give back. We can support Social FD. We can support all the other organizations that are doing really, really, really cool things by selling more drinks. So that's our goal. And yeah, if you guys got any flavor ideas, let us know, and we'll look into them and see how easy they are to formulate and rest easy on the palate, and that they're not too polarizing of a flavor. So
yeah, and watermelon, I'm telling you, and blueberry. Those are the two.
Fave?
Oh, I can't get enough of those two. I love it. The yeah, the berry blast. I keep saying blue. Berry blast and watermelon wave are my two absolutely top notch. I love them all. Don't get me wrong. I love them all. Now you had mentioned Brotherhood Buffs. I want to go back to this real quick. It's right there on your website. Right there on the website, talks about it, shows your Instagram, has your story. And if I believe, it has the foundation information on here.
Yep. There you go. There's us. So just real quick at the top of that page, I don't know if you use do you use your first name on here? I don't want to put you out there.
Yeah,
so,
Kev,
all right. So Kevin, just hold on a second. So those guys here, we're missing one guy. These are the guys. So it's me, my friend Scott's to the left, then Dan, the guy with the hood up with the light gray hoodie. He's my business partner, and then Dave on the end in the flannel, and then going back the other way off me is my buddy Jeff and John. And we are the text, and then there's one other guy, Leonard. And we are the guys that started the Brotherhood Buffs. Now, me and Dan really took ownership of it, but this is the text group where it was born from. Firehouse Magazine did an article on us, and we are out here. These are the guys that it all started as one big joke amongst us.
That's usually how it works. Good ideas are born. Good ideas are born in the firehouse from a joke or messing around with somebody. And that's how you and your boys get together, you know?
That's right. So yeah, there's information about the foundation on here. We're getting ready to do a little update, just give your show a little preview inside. We're working on, you know how you like buy stuff for military vets overseas, like buy them a cigar or whatever. So we're working on buy a case for a firehouse. So we're doing that. Yes, proceeds of every can do that. But if we really want to increase the horsepower and be able to spread the word more, so we're doing that tomorrow. Just as an example, tomorrow, the local restoration company invited 200 firemen to go to the Phillies game. He came by, he ordered 8 cases, and I said, well, I'll match your 8 cases and let's show up and give everybody a can.
That's awesome.
So that's what we're doing tomorrow. So those are the fun things that we're doing with our company and the mission as a whole,
Oh yeah, no, it's awesome. I think it's amazing. Now, the other thing about the website is up here, you have the wholesale, you have the information. If stores watching this, or if they want to get it in their store, they can just jump on here, right, and sign up. You guys will contact them and explain it.
Yeah, and for that matter, if you want to order for your local firehouse for your vending machine or whatever, like we just had a firehouse in Indiana order 30 cases. New Palestine, Indiana. I think that's where they are. Not Ohio, Indiana. They just ordered 30 cases. We put it on a pallet, shipped it out to them, and they paid retailer pricing. And then real quick, there's a new little button to the right that says find.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, click on that bad boy.
Check this
that's right.
out.
We are getting in a bunch of stores. It goes by mileage, so you're gonna have to like just put in. Oh, there's a store near you. It's you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. Oh, there's a Shell station by you. There
Yeah.
you go. So anyway, so yeah, we're working through that. And you guys will see the store locator start to build out. So if you type in the Philadelphia market, you'll see that we're in like 80 or 90 stores out here actively growing. We got about 200 stores, mostly between Philadelphia and South Carolina. And we've been grinding away, and we look for other people to continue to grind away with us. And if anyone's interested in becoming a sales rep, wants to spread the word, become an affiliate, shoot us a DM, shoot Kevin or social DM, and he'll get you in touch with us, and we'll get that all set up.
Absolutely. No, man, you guys are doing a lot of stuff. I've been watching and following along on when you guys were doing TikToks like every day. I felt bad for D1 on most days. I'm seeing the videos. You guys are absolutely going crazy. You're in stores. You're popping up in stores all over the place, and I'm seeing you putting product out, and it makes me happy. I know D1's not available to do stuff because he had to go do his thing. But, the lives were always fun. They were always fun. Now, I know how I talked to him I talked to D1 about this, but it's more interesting for me to get it from you. How do you respond to negative comments, trolls, or people that are just ignorant? They don't know, they're not educated enough to understand what you guys are doing or why.
Yeah, so I got a lot of time sitting around the firehouse kitchen table. A lot of ball busting goes on. So there's a few ways to handle it. Sometimes you just ignore it. Some things just are not worth engaging in. And then other things are worth going to war over. So if someone wants to attack our mission or our integrity, it's all out war. You're getting snapped back at. I don't care if it comes from my profile, the company profile. You're getting snapped back at. People like the comments, because here's the thing: when you respond with what you believe in to the negative comments, it helps the algorithm, right? There's communication. Oh, these guys are talking. People start to pick up the chain. I know everybody on here is in some group text where someone's like, yo, check out the comments on this post, right? And guess what? That's virality. It's eyeballs. And then ultimately, if your goal is to sell, I don't care if you're a firehouse trying to recruit or us as an organization trying to sell energy drinks, all press is really good press in a way. So for us, some of our stuff's PC response. Some of it is direct and in your face, right? Like, you got to know your brand's voice. My brand voice is very much the same as mine. We're going to mess with you. We're going to have fun with it, but we're also going to tell you exactly how we feel. And I think that's, in the end, whatever you do, you need to be on brand. You can't have a comment that says, well, you guys only have 200 milligrams of caffeine, and then you respond with something from ChatGPT that's not in your tone of voice. People are going to say, well, that's not authentic. Like, I don't care that Ian and the energy drink might be right. It doesn't sound like them, so I don't believe it. And they're not a real brand, and they don't care about themselves. Where if it's me responding and it's like, yeah, 200 milligrams of caffeine might not be a lot, guy, but it works for us, and our energy drink's so quality, right? Like, just in that tone of voice, it's just completely different, and people recognize that that's authentic. And while they might not believe in the 200 milligrams of caffeine, they might say, well, I don't care. That seems like a very authentic brand. Who does that very, very well is Portnoy from Barstool Sports. His voice is, everybody knows him, how he acts, how he talks, what his persona is online. And then side by side with that, I think his commentary, his social posts, the copy, and everything he does is true to who and what he is. And his social media team does a very, very good job with that.
Absolutely. You got to be authentic. And that's one of the important things with fire departments posting. Don't try to make the community a fireman. Educate them. Show them what they should be doing. Be that instructor. Be that safe place. But when you get those fly-by-night guys that want to argue or complain about what you're doing, use your head.
Yeah.
Talk to them. Be right.
Yeah, I got a good example of that. So My firehouse, where I'm located, I'm the president of. We have a very good firefighting culture. We're in Pennsylvania, so we're a borough. We have a lot of blue collar workers. We have a lot of men and women who are gritty and down and determined. And our firefighting culture, our portrayal online, it's a lot of firefighting videos. Yes, there's community activities. Yes, there's fire safety, but there's a lot of forward-facing, active firefighting things that are shown. Our neighboring department leans into political beliefs. I don't want to get into it. It's stuff that I don't believe in, but they lean very hard into celebrating things that are almost polarizing, in a way is a better way to say it, that, you're alienating 50% of your audience, right? Whereas I'd rather be attractive to 100% of the firemen or community members, knowing that we're risking our lives, where they're alienating themselves and saying, if you believe in this idea and I'm going to raise this flag, is the only way you're going to support this fire company. And guess what? They have membership issues. People talk about them in a negative way, and their voice is completely different than our voice. I just had this conversation today around the office. We want to appeal to 100% of the people. First responders are the top level. I'm doing a first responder podcast. This is all branded to first responders, but I love fishing. People who buy energy drinks go to the gym. It's busy moms. It's middle-aged people. It's young adults, kids in school. I don't know. The list goes on. Oil workers, construction workers, people in the office that are burnt out, right? Like, we need to appeal to everybody if we want our brand to be as big as possible, and service as many people as possible, because our mission is so important to us.
Well, my daughter, she's 19 and she's in college. My wife, I'm not going to say her age. She'll kill me if I say it. So I'm not going to say it. But anyway, they love the energy drink as much as I do, and they're not first responders. Yeah, we're a first responder family, right? But the reality of it is it's a light, refreshing, calm. It's almost calming, even though it's got caffeine. I don't know how to explain it, but the flavor is good, and it's worth trying. 1,000% it's worth trying. And I always recommend everybody gets the variety pack. Get a variety pack for the first time. You can't go wrong. You're going to find that you're going to like either all of them or just about all of them, at least all of them. Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. Now, before I let you go, I have a couple questions. What advice, as one of the guys that is driving this company, what advice would you give to other fire service brand companies, not necessarily an energy drink, but anyone that is wanting to get started as a fire service brand, right? Do you have any advice for them just starting out on social media, or if they're already on social media, what kind of direction you think they should be in?
Let me just help you out right now. All your boys are going to talk shit. They're going to make fun of you around the firehouse. They're going to flame you. It sucks, dude. I can't tell you how many people, when we built our real estate portfolio, it's a scam. You're going to get burnt. You're going to do this. Guess what? We left building a $70 million portfolio, right? Like, we went balls to the walls. We left the fire department early, and all those people were talking shit. Guess what they did afterwards? Yo, dude, what are you doing there, man? Like, let me learn about it, right? So they're all, dude, straight up, they're going to make fun of you. It's just going to happen. I like, put yourself out there. And it's hard. I don't know if it's coming across this way, but you could probably tell I'm somewhat comfortable. I've done over 300 podcasts just on my show alone, let alone being guest several times a week on other people's show. And I'm still nervous. Like, what's Kevin about to ask me? How do I answer this? How's this going to go? Right? Like, it's nerve wracking. You have to put yourself out there. If you want to get people to know about your brand, they want to support whatever you're doing, you have to educate them on what you're doing, because there's so much noise. Think about this. Whoever's watching this podcast, watching these clips, it's going to get clipped up, and then that's it. Like, you're going to see it, and then you're probably going to forget about me. And then I need to serve you another clip, another podcast, another ad, another something to continue to remind me until there's complete brand loyalty. Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. What I'm trying to do with the nonprofit that I founded, it's all me. Now I'm doing the podcast, trying to get more things, trying to get the word out. You're 100% correct on what you just said. The ones that are closest to you are the hardest ones to convince of what you're doing, because they look at you as, He don't. Oh no, that's not how he is. That's not who he is. I've known him for 20 years. I've known him for 30. No,
That's right.
The reality of it is they can't see the potential because they know where you came from. Until you get to the top, and once you get there, they jump on that train saying, "Hey, I know him. I know him. I've known him forever." You know what I mean? So your success turns into that.
Yeah, I just battled that because I lived in Maryland. When I moved away, I left where I live today. I was gone for about 15 years. People knew that we left to be firemen. I left. I was a mess up. The fire department kind of saved my life in a way. And here I am today. I have success. I moved back, and then the people are like, "Oh, yeah, whatever." Yeah, coming back home, people are like, "Oh, they remember me as the mess up." They don't realize that we've had a ton of success. And it's a hard thing to battle, but you know what? You just got to do the right thing every day, and people will eventually get on board to what you're doing.
Absolutely. Ian, where can our listeners and viewers get more information? If you want to throw some shout outs for your social handles.
Yeah, we're all over the internet at Official Energy Drink, with the exception of Facebook. We're now the Energy Drink. But if you're looking on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, it's Official Energy Drink. If you guys want to buy product, you can do it through TikTok. However, I highly suggest that you guys go to theenergydrink.com and use code SOCIALFD, and you guys will get 10% off, and my man will be supported. So I appreciate you having me on. And if you guys have any events coming up, if something happens to a member, something that's going on, shoot us a DM. We're still in our infancy stages. So a lot of what we're trying to do is build capital so the foundation can live way longer than us. We want this to be a legacy thing that lives and breathes way longer than I'm ever alive. But we can still help out. So if you guys got events going on, you got things going on, I can't promise you I can support every single one, but we're trying. So shoot us a DM. And then, like I said, if you guys want to try the energy drink out, you should actually you should have it. It should be theenergydrink.com/socialfd. Should get you right to the site to support Kevin and what he's doing, because that's awesome as well.
Hey, Ian, I appreciate your time today. Thanks for doing this. Hopefully we can do it again. When you get those new flavors, if it has a Social FD logo on it, I'd be really happy. Just saying. I'm just, my little smoky guy, if it was there, But hey, Ian, seriously, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's, I'll tell you what, I'll give you the exclusive, because you've been such a good supporter. When the new drink flavors come out, you'll be the first to know about it. We will hop on. We'll make sure you get it first, and we will have a live taste test here first. You guys heard it. I don't care if you're only doing them once a month at that point. I don't think you are. You're a very dedicated dude. But as long as this podcast is alive, you have the exclusive right to the first taste test on any new flavors that we have come out.
You're amazing, man. I appreciate that.
Beyond the nozzle, igniting engagement.